So they've taken away his freedom of speech, and now they've taken away his freedom of movement. They're freezing him to death. They're putting him in a meat locker. He says it's like 45 degrees in there.
Jesse Waters has become one of the foremost brown-nosers of the failed former President Donald Trump on Fox News. I guess he's fighting with Maria Bartiromo over who can suck up to Trump the most. And yesterday was a special day for Jesse Waters, really reaching new levels of brown-nosing. It was, of course, the first day of Donald Trump's first of 4 criminal trials. Jury selection was last week, as we talked about earlier. The trial started yesterday. And here is Jesse saying, it's just so unfair. It's so unfair what they're doing to Trump, making him sit in a courtroom.
Donald Trump, been on the move his whole life. Golf, rallies, movement, action, sunlight, fresh air, freedom. This isn't lawfare, it's torture. They're making a 77-year-old man sit inside a dingy room for 8 hours straight, 4 days a week. And if he moves or talks, jail.
Right. A bit of an exaggeration. He's allowed to move, and he's certainly allowed to talk quietly with his lawyers. What he's not allowed to do is make loud declarations about jurors or stand up and leave before court is actually adjourned. The exact same thing everyone in court is subjected to. And this stuff continued, and he even went into sort of conspiracy mode, where he says he believes the point of making him sit in the court is to drain his body and his brain. Remember when we were going to hit the body with a very hot light to kill the virus, that whole thing? Instead of hitting the body with light, they are draining the body so that, I guess, it's going to be bad for Trump's presidential campaign.
They're draining his brain and his body. Now, I don't like to sit. They say sitting is the new smoking.
Right.
You're going to take a man who's usually golfing or in action, and you're going to sit him in a chair in freezing temperatures and just let people rip you and you can't say anything? 4 days a week?
By the way, the lower third on the screen now says Trump is trapped in a cold courtroom. Is the courtroom cold? I mean, I haven't even seen any reporting about that.
8 hours a day? That takes a toll.
It does take a toll. I think that President Trump will withstand that toll because he's an extraordinarily resilient individual.
Yeah, so Trump can handle the cool temperatures, I guess. I don't know. And then here is Jesse Waters again, sort of restating the facts of the case. And I genuinely don't think they understand that, first of all, they're all telling different versions of what took place, which makes me wonder, do they even really know legally what is at stake here? Like, what is it? What is the crime Trump's accused of? But again, here is Jesse Waters defending this, says, hey, listen, it's just so the moving around of some money. That's all it is.
His lawyer paid Stormy, and after the campaign was over, the money was reimbursed and booked as a legal expense.
Right.
You can't use campaign funds for personal matters, and now you can't use personal funds for personal matters during a campaign? So I guess the real crime is that Trump ran for president.
No, the real crime is that these were campaign expenses that were meant to save Trump from the believed negative repercussions that would happen. And Stormy Daniels was strong-armed with money wrongly booked as a legal expense when it was not. A legal expense means Michael Cohen bills you for 50 hours that he worked, and then you pay him the legal expense. This is something very different. This was an expenditure that was deliberately hidden as a legal expense when it was not. And again, I don't know if they don't get it. By the way, the argument that Trump's lawyers are making in court is a different one than the one that Jesse Waters is making. So this is a real level of extraordinary desperation to defend Trump in this way. Here's one more Jesse Waters clip. This one's from The Five. And now he says that Trump is being treated worse than Guantanamo Bay prisoners.
I call it pure evil. So they've taken away his freedom of speech.
Right.
And now they've taken away his freedom of movement.
Right.
So he has to sit there all week for 6 weeks. And if he says anything, they'll throw him in jail. If he leaves, they throw him in jail. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. I mean, they had more allowances for Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. I think they bought $1 million soccer field for the people in Gitmo. I don't know if Khalid Sheikh Mohammed was able to visit his son for his high school graduation, but
right.
it's similar. They're freezing him to death. They're putting him in a meat locker. He says it's like 45 degrees in there.
Yeah.
And they're putting his life in danger, and they're telling the entire world, all the wackos.
By the way, 54 degrees or 45. It's not freezing, and there is no evidence that the court is that cold.
This is where the former president's going to be at this date, at this time, surrounded by high-rise buildings. And then they're seizing his bank accounts with these unconstitutional fines, unreasonable bond asks.
They're talking about him like he's a little kid. He needs sunshine. He needs to be allowed to run around and the whole thing. It is bizarre. I mean, truly bizarre stuff. So Jesse Waters competing with Maria Bartiromo to be the #1 Trump brown-noser. We'll see where that gets him in the Fox News hierarchy. It is time to start thinking like voters and to make sure that kids understand the importance of voting, how it works, registering, ballot initiatives, because so many kids just have no idea. That's why I wrote the new children's book, Think Like a Voter. I can think of no better time and no more important group of folks to try to reach. The book is now available at davidpakman.com/book, where, by the way, you can get the first 2 books in the series as well. Think Like a Detective and Think Like a Scientist. Really important stuff. Donate them to local libraries, classrooms, read them with the kids. davidpakman.com/book.